Back-to-back test, regression test, migration test. Customers often ask us for the definition of the test methods and about where they are different and what they have in common. Today, my colleague Markus is visiting me from Berlin.
Hi.
And we found a nice place here in Stuttgart to talk about this.
Yeah, hi Wolfgang. And let's directly get started with a back-to-back test. While we can find a lot of different and sometimes very generic definitions, I would say that in our community, meaning the automotive, embedded, model-based, ISO 26262 inspired community, the back-to-back test means usually testing the Simulink model against the generated production code.
Yes, and this is also mostly done in a structural way where with a set of given test cases, all outputs are compared.
Yeah, so next stop, regression test.
Yes, this is all about finding out if a new version introduces undesired changes in the behavior of the model and code. And here I would distinguish between a functional and a structural regression test.
So I guess the functional regression test is, well, basically just I run my requirements-based tests again. So not really a special use case from a tooling point of view.
Yes, and a structural regression test would compare all output signals for all time steps.
Okay, so which one is better?
Well, let me make an example. Let's say you have a requirement that an output should be larger than 5. And then it's 6 in one version and 7 in the other version. The functional regression test would pass because the requirement is still fulfilled, but the structural one will fail and report a different behavior.
Ah, okay. So if I want to change the behavior of my software without violating existing requirements, I would do a functional regression test. But if my changes are more in the area of, let's say, restructuring, refactoring, optimizing, then probably a structural regression test makes more sense, especially in a case where you're not fully confident about the quality or availability of requirements.
Right. And last but not least, a migration test allows us to compare the behavior of Simulink models or generated production code between different versions. So, for example, to make sure that I can safely upgrade my MATLAB version without an impact on the behavior of my models.
Yes, and I mean, one thing that back-to-back structural regression test and migration test have in common, they can be highly automated regarding test execution and automatic test generation even, making them really suitable for CI pipelines.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching. If you want to find out more about how you can implement these test methods in your projects, use the link in the description to book a meeting with us.
And if you found this video useful, please give it a like and follow us on YouTube and LinkedIn for more videos.